Whew, I got distracted and almost didn't stream on time today. Life is hard. Hey everyone. I am getting started slowly, warming up. Just gonna start today with some Figma work. I'm one of the secondary organizers for PhillyJS, a JavaScript meetup in the heart of Philadelphia. I'm the marketing person, which means I'm going to be, I don't know, marketing. First up, we did a logo exploration, and next up, we're going to do website designs. So I've been working on some proposals for the website designs, but I want to get one more out the door before I really, I don't know, really consider these ready for review. Oh no, I'm not signed in my browser. But check this out. This is the current PhillyJS logo that I made. It is, this PNG is a little corrupted. It was supposed to be what's the SVG equivalent? Square logo 1 SVG downloaded. Okay, there we go. There you go. Oh, I didn't know there was an outline around that. I don't like that. Anyway, look at this freaking logo. This thing brings me joy. But yeah, I'm not actually a designer. Ooh, that's my calendar or my email. Let me just move that elsewhere. So I enjoy design, but I find that I'm not good enough to do it in things that I'm not natively coming up with ideas around. And fortunately, I really like casual meetup websites. Like, I think these are fun. I wouldn't be able to do much design stuff for my own, I don't know, like more professional projects. But hello. Let me just introduce myself in the chat. There you go. This is being live streamed on Twitch, and eventually I'll post it on YouTube. But today I'm going to start off with some design explorations. So let me actually post this Figma link. I think it's a public link. Should be copy link. Figma file view. Yeah. And I do everything on Twitter. So starting off with working on PhillyJS website design explorations. Boop. Posting on Twitter and Fostodon. Oh, this there you go. Whee! If y'all want to Tower Social, hey, welcome back. How's your Tuesday, your week going? Are we leaving? Oh my God! Apparently on Sunday. I don't know. I am so excited for Elon Musk to just eat crap, eat shit, and just lose Twitter. But I feel like it's going so much more slowly than everyone thought it would, myself included, that it's just frustrating. Like I want Elon to fail and I want Twitter to succeed. And the fact that neither of those is particularly happening is really, really upsetting me. So I'm pretty much locked into Twitter though. Like, I need it. I need to use it. Plenty of people still on it. I need to use it because that's how I advertise myself, get open source funding and exposure and stuff. So riding the tiger, as they say. Are you leaving Twitter? Oh, you're traveling to Europe. That's exciting. And with kids. How old? I've actually had really good luck recently with kids on planes. My wife and I are a couple years away from starting that whole thing, but other people's kids have been good to me recently. Ooh, London. 1 in 4. You're in the shit. A 1-year-old on a plane. That's real hit or miss, right? How's that going? And what brings you to London? By the way, this emoji, which I'll echo in the chat, is like one of my favorite things. Smiling with tear. It's second, maybe only recently, to the melting face emoji, which I'm really enjoying as well. Relatively new addition to the crew. Love it. Yeah. Yeah, so although I'm not actually a designer, I still enjoy it. And actually, fun fact, I was really into Photoshop in high school and almost went into graphic design as a major in college. And who knows, maybe I would have been good. Probably not. But I fell in love with coding, so I did that instead. So yeah, this is the current top candidate. Did I have pimples in high school? Yes, dear God. Oh, did I? I had a lot of the things that go wrong. Not all of them, and none of the major go wrong things, but a lot of the like mild to moderate go wrong things. You know what? I have done projects where I photoshopped myself. In fact, I have this really funny one where I made myself look like a ridiculous low grade model where I had like the white t-shirt with the six pack and like, you know, the perfectly smooth face. But the reason why I got into Photoshop was actually Magic the Gathering and Halo forum signatures. Oh man, that's a very Theo explanation. Amused. I did it for myself. I was just talking with him actually. What was like 2 days ago? Yeah. Oh yeah, we did that. That reminds me, there was this ridiculous set of streams with like Dan Jutan and Jen Junod and Jake. Anyway, yeah, no. So I was active on like Halo clans for Halo PC, and then also on Magic the Gathering Salvation and Magic the Gathering the card game website. So I just started photoshopping forum signatures, and then I made a website for that. Oh, you saw that? Nice. Were you there? I have a memory of you maybe chatting. Not sure. It all blends together. Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of... Most of my projects in high school were like putting my friends' faces in places that they... Ah, you missed it. Darn. It was fun. Like the faces shouldn't be like on each other's faces or a giraffe or whatever. But, which is probably why I never really got great at like graphic design, part of graphic design. But... You talked about it on Twitter. That makes the sense. Yeah. Watching Theo insult Andrew Tan never gets old. I can't tell how much of it is serious and how much is joking, and I hope it's mostly the joking. Yeah. So this is the current top choice for website design. It's just like a normal website, nice little gradients, a little blurry image with some text on it. Nothing too exciting. Just looks bright and tidy. My favorite is this ridiculous fucking thing. Look at this. Look at this absurdity. It's the stupidest. I love brutalism that's like actually brutal. Like, so for those who aren't familiar with design brutalism, I'll just show you the example. It's a sign. It's just you emphasize the thing itself. It's like, oh, I like this phrase, super expressive. It's an architectural design. But if you do like brutalism graphic design, it's all these like ridiculous, let me show you these like ridiculous, very bold, where are the examples? Here we go. Yeah. Like the Metro design system that Microsoft did and then had to rename because of Metro, the company, LOL. Yeah. So actually, what is Elian's? Here we go. This is a good example of it. Elian.codes. I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name. I have a hard time with that. Yeah, so anyway, I love this. This just brings me joy as a website design. Anyway, another one, a little smaller in focus, just like these little pale lands. And then this cracked me up thinking of it. I would love to get this ridiculous PhillyJS Vercel parody on production. Like this, just CS is hard overflow text. Yeah, I mean, one of the lovely things about brutalist designs is that if you do something that seems intentional, people will just think it is. So yeah, like this, I could make this like overflow vertically or whatever, and it looks like it's like a New York Times ad or a New York Subway ad or something. But yeah, the intent there is that like this, the left half is the flow or overflow, and then the right half is like position fixed with overflow Y auto. Ugh, I 100% love it. Yeah, I don't think the other organizers are gonna go for it, but it made me happy. But yeah, this Pale Bands one, it's fine. Kind of like a pamphlet effect. And then the Vercel parody really just, I didn't even bother doing please don't. Don't worry, I will never make a website that like hijacks the scroll, listeners. Don't worry, or at least not one that like meaningfully does that in order to change navigation. Don't worry. But yeah, I want to get another website out, just another design. And I don't know, I'm not really sure what I want it to look like. So I've been going to like random like conference websites like React Miami. Just like to see like what are other people doing for designs. I have a whole folder of meetup sites that I liked. Shout out whoever posts these on Twitter. The Vercel one looks, I think it's hilarious. Thank you. I hope you meant funny the same way I do. Yeah, just the Vercel homepage is just so notable. Like the Netlify one is a legitimately beautiful homepage. And I considered also parodying them, but like, oh my God. This is like the epitome of 2023 web design right here. This like bold gradiented text and the like color flow, is that the term? Color overflow, shadow, whatever, glow buttons. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Paris TypeScript, nice. Pretty minimalist though, we want more info. Seattle.js hackers, this is very like hacker aesthetic, which I really like. Seattle.js, I was actually talking with Carter, the organizer. He's not a huge fan of this website. I like it, but he made it, which is probably why he's not a huge fan of it. No one ever likes anything they make themselves. Yeah, I like the React New York City one. A little sparse, like in terms of information density. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's all here. So I like that. San Diego JS, pretty nice. Yeah, not a huge fan of like photos on the front page. I don't know, just to me, I don't like putting the focus there. Also, oh no, these inaccessible links. Stephen Judas, hello, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming. How are you? I'm just doing some design explorations for PhillyJS website, and I can delete that whole window. Just, I don't know. I'm oscillating between appreciation for all these. Like, look at this. I love the Brooklyn JS site. It's so good. And then like, I don't have my own ideas. Yeah. So if y'all have any suggestions for reference sites I should look at, please let me know. I'd love that. You're eating dinner. Ooh, what are you having? Oh, well, enjoy London, Parasocial. And good luck with the 1 and 4-year-old. Kids are magical, and I hope you get to enjoy every moment as a blessing. Spoken like someone who doesn't have their own kids. Although I used to work at a kids camp. Oh, COVID. Berlin JS. Oh, look at this. Thank you. This is great. Adding to the bookmark list. Oh. I was in Berlin a couple times last year for conferences. Maybe they'll be able to start up soon. I love this logo. This is, I don't know the name for this style logo, but get the image in a new tab. But when they do the like the banner thingy, I've seen a lot of designs with this, and I always like them. This one's good. It's like a little stamp. Cool. So I'm just gonna duplicate page. Bit old school, yeah. Remember, what's the name of the font? It was like the Codecademy original logo. You know what font I'm talking about? Not this one. Remember when everyone... Yeah, this thing. This font was freaking everywhere. This thing. There it is. What is the name of this font? A new dean in charge. What is this, a community? Yeah, it was like this font with a ribbon, and like that was your 2015 or 2010 startup. Oh, look at this. I miss this logo. It was a good time. Although the new Codecademy branding is quite good. Shout out their C logo. It's on the TypeScript PR eslint. Oh, lobster. Oh my God, is that the font? Yes. Wait, is it? Let's Codecademy. Oh my God, I think it is. Or like, wait, is it? Oh my God. Now I can't unsee it. Yeah, look at that little Y. Oh, no, it's different. Like the Y doesn't have the boop at the end. Anyway. I have previously found the blog post. Oh my god, it is Lobster! Most other social platforms were using it. At the time, they thought it would help you fit in. Now it's overused. Oh no! LobstersNewComicSans.com, no longer a thing. Okay. Nailed it. Nicely done. You got 3 snaps of the fingers. Also, I followed you. Thanks for following. All right, so let's. I don't know why I copy and paste so much of these things, then I just inevitably delete everything. What I want to do, so I like this. This is like a common thing, where you like the header logo on the top left and then like the menu on the top right. But I want to, because we don't need to convey a lot of information, I want to try something like a centered situation. A great achievement. Let's see if I can get like I don't know, some kind of, let's get this a little more height, some kind of bar. Nah. Let's see if I can figure something out here. So I'm using, fun fact, the JavaScript logo is Nutraface text bold. That's the font. And then I really like how it pairs with the Garamond font. Just something about it just looks really clean to me. Except for some reason it's EB Garamond in my Figma. I don't know what that is. I think Garamond, I like the vibe that it gives because we're in Philly, which is like known for the liberty and founders, founding fathers and whatever. For the non-Americans in the room. So I kind of want to figure out a way to get Garamond to work. Like, ooh, extra bold. Yeah. So like maybe I could do this. I don't know. I'm really not a designer, and I have an idea in my head of what I want to make, and I don't know. I got nothing. Like there's this weird disconnect. From scratch, yeah, I got, let's delete that. I got just some blank canvases and came up with these things. And yeah, here I'll repost it in the chat, the Figma link. So if you have any suggestions, I'm down. But yeah, my idea here was to try to make it almost like a little newspapery, like not newspaper, like what's the term for this? Not formal, not newspapery, but like, oh hi, hello. Like architectural looking. You know what I mean? Oh, I have an idea. City outline. I'll have to like make my own version of this. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is an effect that I like. What the heck is this? I just want like a good solid stock outline for the building. Thank you. I really like the Vercel one. I don't think the team's going to go for it, but it really brought me joy making it. Yeah, maybe like some like nice building outlines. Oh, this one looks good. Come on. So I'll have to make a note that if we end up using it, I'll have to make my own or see what the credit is, but like just as a open image in new tab. Save image. There we go. Close enough. Let me just, oh my god, I had already had this open. That's so funny. All right. I like already went through this work and totally forgot I did the thing. Okay. Yeah, so ooh, you like it when tech stuff doesn't look like, or community stuff doesn't look like tech. That's a very good point, actually. Like, we are not some enterprise trying to market our latest BS products to you. We're actually, like, real. That's a good point. Yeah, let me, yeah. maybe I'll give this the vibe of the I'll give it a vibe of like, it looks like the city itself made this website. All right, so let's give this a nice, I don't even know what color scheme I'm going for. Give this red and gold vibe here. Ah, that's what I was looking for. There we go. Okay. So got this color vibe going. Skyline. People and fun. Do you have any websites? I realize this is like kind of a cop-out request, but do you have any websites that come to mind that do that? Because honestly, I'm drawing a blank on like good reference photos, and it's really upsetting me because I can't do this. Radiance. There you go. Like, I just truly don't know what I'm doing with these design things. Maybe if I give this fill like a nice red sort of brown one. Let's do that, yeah. Got a couple of rectangles to move around. Ooh, where's the fill I just used? There we go. Yeah. I just really don't like this, you know? Like, I just... Oh. Ooh, I bet you designers have good meetups, websites. Oh, this is great, yeah. Oh, they're happening in a month. I know some of these people. Cool. Yeah, I really like this. See, this is one of the things that I wish I had the like chops for. Like, I wish I could just make these little graphics and stuff, like the little spaceship and planet or whatever, but like Philly themed, because then I would totally make this as like, I don't know, the design. Also, realizing I do not like what I did with the like dark gray. Did not like that at all. Yeah. Talk about up.front.user group. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is a designer's website. I love it. Yep. Yeah. Maybe if I remove this bar here, get that rectangle a little lower. I mean, I thought the website honestly looked really nice. Props to them. Yeah, I'd say I'm going to give up. I'm not coming up with any new ideas, and I want to do actual open source stuff. The site will eventually be, I think, open source once we finish the designs and such. But yeah. All right, well, time to work on other things. By the way, if there's anything you want to talk about in particular, I'd be happy to chat about things. I got some GitHub notifications, so I'm gonna switch to working on these. Let's see, we have 4 PR things in TypeScript eslint, 3 PRs or issues in eslint itself, and then 1 in eslint-plugin-jsdoc. Do you have a preference for what you want me to work on? Because by default, I might just go to the eslint PR and then the JSDoc thing. Ooh, you're getting your hands on TypeScript lately. What's the impetus? What are you doing there? Oh right, that's right. I have some TypeScript pull requests I need to attend to. Well, I've been playing around with tuples actually. You know what? Let's look at this PR. Yeah. So, and now it's hard. Well, I'm glad you're getting into it then. Congrats to you shipping TypeScript stuff. Ooh, I'm going to practice my fancy stream element commands. I wrote a book on TypeScript if, I mean, we already follow each other, but in case you hadn't seen it. So yeah, it turns out in TypeScript you can have named tuples. First string, second. You don't have to do this. It's just a nice way of giving better names to the elements. So it makes error messages a little easier to read and keeps things a little more informative. If you like map them into function parameters and fancy type system things, it like preserves the names, which is nice. Yeah, I've been getting a little deep into TypeScript. Open pull request against TypeScript. Yeah, so fun fact in TypeScript. Actually, this is a really good segue to what I want to work on, the pull request. You can't mix and match whether a tuple has a name. If you try right now, TypeScript will say tuple members must all have names or all not have names. This has just been a design restriction since they introduced tuples, and I want to say TypeScript 2.0? 3.0? You know, surprisingly, the Wikipedia article on TypeScript has a good history section. 3.0 was tuples. Oh, I love this question. Thank you for asking. A tuple is a specific array. Oh, the fact that I guess the word noob is relative. I was about to sharply tell you, you're not a noob, but like everyone is a noob because, you know, we don't know everything. Anyway, sorry. Been thinking a lot on pedagogy recently. Yeah, a tuple is a fixed size array, meaning it's a tuple is a known size array. They don't necessarily stay as fixed. It's an array that has specific known elements at specific indices, as opposed to an array which is just whatever size of some type or types. And this is an example, like this named tuple. I'm going to make an anonymous tuple, one that doesn't label the elements. So this anonymous tuple thing here is any array where the first element is a string and the second is a Boolean. So like if you do let my tuple anonymous tuple, you could do like my tuple equals first and then that, but you couldn't do like false and then string, because this isn't just an array of strings or Booleans. It's specifically an array where the first thing is a string and the second is a Boolean. And this is really useful because a lot of APIs or functions exposed by frameworks do actually return fixed size arrays. Like if you use React or any equivalent UI library, like React that use states, which I probably would import directly, but whatever, returns a tuple of whatever the type is, and then a function, const like value set value equals. So like if you look at the type of value, it's string, and set value is this React dispatch function. So this is really useful and cool. The language in TypeScript alone confuses so much. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like TypeScript adds a lot of stuff and it all needs names. I'm glad it's helpful. Also, for you now and for anyone in the future, please do ask me questions, interact, and also let me know if the explanations I'm giving, the answers are bad or just not working out for you. I cover tuples in my book, actually. Learning TypeScript. Buy it now. Yeah, so I got a pull request on TypeScript. Yay! I could end the stream today and I would feel like it was a worthwhile expenditure of time. That is not sarcasm. That is genuine and honest. I'm glad. Yay. Hi, TJWDS. Thanks for joining. How are you doing? Wait, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Do I know you? I'm going into... You are Joe. Hi, Joe. Thanks for... Oh, man, you just missed it. I was just looking at some some PhillyJS website mockups, and I could not think of any new designs. This is Joe. Yeah. See, I'm on a delay with the chat to my audio getting to you, so I can say I figured it out on my own. Yeah, I can't think of any new designs for the Philly site, so I need to just like sleep on it for a few more days. Anyway, I was just saying that I'm going to work on a TypeScript pull request of mine. But if you have any other things you want to talk about, I am very game. How's your day going? How are you? How's life? But yeah, so TypeScript, you can on a tuple, which is an array that's got specific known types at specific indices, TypeScript lets you label them, but it doesn't let you mix and match. Oh yeah, I'm glad. I just like having a variety of them, because I don't know, I like presenting options. A fancy learning for someone who knows. We all know very little in life. But yeah, so this is, the first TIL was tuples, just in general, that they are a thing in TypeScript. The second is intermediate level, you can label them. The third thing is how we're going to enable it so that TypeScript lets you have like mix and match tuples, where like some of them are labeled and some of them aren't. Tuple members must all have names or all not have names. Cool, so I got this PR and I'll post it in the chat. Why would you label them? Great question. For documentation, yeah, definitely. TypeScript label tuples. I want to see how they describe it in their release notes. TypeScript 4. Let's see if they, they don't even mention it here. I just like seeing how the TypeScript release notes refer to things. Oh, well, maybe tuples were before. Yeah, I thought they were in 2.0, not. Well, aha, 4.0 added label tuple elements. Now in TypeScript 4, you can provide labels, which is really useful if you map from a tuple type to like a function parameter type. And then, yeah, just for documentation in general. It's just for docs and tooling. Yeah. Cool. Let's get those release notes. Boop. And I always post on Twitter and Fosstodon because I'm a good boy and I keep people updated. Yay. Oops. Went nowhere with that. Stefan had some good website references. So next up, updating my TypeScript PR to allow mixing named and anonymous tuple elements in the same tuple. Boop, boop, boop. Stephanie, you on? I'll post a link later if it comes up. All right, cool. Someone was telling me recently that people who were socially isolated or other when they were a kid, like didn't have a lot of friends or social power, as adults tend to go out of their way to include people, like to an absurd extent. And that resonated with me because I didn't have a lot of friends. Anyway, allow tuples to have both named and anonymous members. So this PR, we don't need to go too deep into it because I don't think I need to go deep right now. I sent it, it fixes an issue where the TypeScript team had said, yeah, we can remove that requirement. There are just some edge cases and things to account for. Also true for introverts, I guess. Yeah, I would assume so. I feel like I am an, what's the term? Extroverted introvert? Like interacting with people is, takes energy from me, but I enjoy it. Do I feel strongly about either of the ways to pronounce tuple? Well, I guess I've been answering that question. I don't feel strongly though. I feel like tuple is less intuitive, even if it is like technically correct in some ways. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm theorizing that would be why people call it tuple. But yeah, I like tuple. It's just easier to say. I have mild rhoticism, which is the thing where you mess up your R's and W's. So of course we call it rhoticism. And anything that's easier to say, I prefer. Yeah, this is the TypeScript community's GIF versus GIF. Yeah, approachability in language is so important. Nartzi, hello, welcome. We were just talking about tuple versus tuple, if that's a thing you have an opinion on. You say tuple. Ooh, tuple. Yeah. Tuple kind of sounds more like, I don't know, fun. I don't know. It's a thing. Anyway, so on my PR for allowing named and anonymous types tuple, why to play? Adam.dev, welcome. Thanks for coming in. To play is horrifying, and I love it. Do want. Yeah. I don't know. My favorite thing. I'm really tempted to do that, but I still can't tell what my actual standing with the TypeScript team is. I think I annoy at least one of them. So, I love it. Now I'm imagining tuple with like a little hat or like a hair thingy, like the little fancy, like, you know, side curl, like a high schooler with too much time. Anyway, so I sent this PR, allowed tuples to have named anonymous members, and a community member, Mateus, aka Anderist, actually started reviewing it, which is great. Mateus has contributed TypeScript much more than me, and is also just like super knowledgeable. So shout out Anderist there. So they were posting suggestions around tests, test coverage, and I'll just show. Whoa, sorry, my Twitch started playing. I'll just show the PR itself. Code TypeScript. To play is a gentleman with, oh, my VS Code's getting in the way. Get out of here. A gentleman with a monocle, definitely. Definitely. Also switch to dark mode before someone screams at me. Yeah, so in the PR for my two plays, tips hat, milady. The way TypeScript sets up their test cases is, I think, kind of interesting. There are a few different types of tests, but one of the really common ones is, I'm not even on the right branch. There we go. One of the really common test case forms is baselines for references. So they have these files where one of them would be like partially named tuples.ts. This is one that I added. And the fact that the file exists in the folder means that when you run tests, let's do hereby run tests, partially named tuples. TypeScript will first it builds, and then it'll create these outputs that describe all the stuff in that file. So like if you go to partially named tuples, the .types is the one I normally look at the most. You'll see that like everything here, if we switch to TypeScript formatting, oh God, to JavaScript, because red script, nope, too many red squigglies, never mind. So like when you say the type named anonymous is thing, then you get thing here. And it gets kind of more complex, where like, let's say I wanted to have a type like type conditional tuple. It'll expand it out to show that, oh wait, did I ever use it? Oh, I never actually used this. Well, anyway, if you have a type like add mixed conditional, which is a type that is a generic type, and so it creates a new type based off some other type. So like when we construct a new type using our conditional type, then it shows us what that new type is. By the way, Stefan, you were asking earlier about cool things in TypeScript. If you haven't seen generic types or conditional generic types, they're pretty sweet. It's like adding logic in the type system. It is adding logic in the type system. Anyway, since it's been a while, I actually have a blog post on this. So if you're ever bored, I gave a talk in an old TSConf talking about how you can implement binary arithmetic in the type system, because you can set types that are equal to like 0 or 1, and then you can also create types like this bit flip type creates a new type based on whether the input t is either 0 or not. Generics on their own are not so bad to understand. It's using them in any meaningful way that most of the time becomes very hairy. Agreed. Love me some generics. Anyway, yeah, so Mateus was giving me feedback that I agreed with, like good feedback on tests, and suggested adding this to partially named tuples.ts. So I'm gonna just add it in. So this is a cool function here, declare function test. It takes in a T that's an array of anything. And then it takes in a single argument that is, what the heck even is this? That is, okay. It takes in a single argument, which is an array whose elements are a mapping of the original type to an object that contains type T of K. So if you were to do input which takes in a tuple where the first element is an object with type number and the second element is an anonymous element with type string. First Twitch to play. Now I can only say it to play. This is upsetting. Your first Twitch to play. I don't know what you mean by doing a clip, but sure, whatever that is, go ahead. That sounds good. What is that? What Twitch clips? What are you doing? Oh wait. So I'm not a big Twitch person. Like only really this year have I started really getting into it. So what is clip that? Oh. I clipped it. Oh, I think did I create something? Oblique elongated orange chocolate rain. Yeah, cool. Do whatever you want. Hope it works out for you. Cool. Anyway, so if we do hereby run test parser name tupled, TypeScript, the to-play gentleman. Oh, that's cool. Look at this. Yeah, so in the PR for my 2 plays. Oh. Wow, when I shout, it gets really loud. I'm sorry about that. Hope it didn't hurt anyone's ears. Yeah, so in the PR. Also, thanks for the tip. Or clip. You've amused me. Anyway, yeah, so I've added to this test case, and now TypeScript says, hey, you got changes. Your .types file is no longer in sync. So you have to do hereby baselines accept baselines. Yeah. I also think it's amusing. Cool. So now we get our output, which should be first number, comma string. Awesome. So looks like my code works for this test case. So I'm just going to remove the comments. Test and then hereby baseline accept. Cool. Anyway, though this PR was actually really annoying for a little bit. In theory, there's really not that much you have to do to make it so that you can have both named and anonymous tuples. 38538 line. So previously, what TypeScript would do is, I'll just poke here. Whenever TypeScript would see a tuple type in your code, like an actual like tuple type, like with the array brackets, it would check if any of the element types are named. So it would do one loop over them, and it's kind of funny to me that they were doing an O of n loop, and then another O of n loop. But anyway, then for every type in those element types, for every E, if it's not named and any of the other types are named, then it gives a grammar error on the node. So like if you go to the TypeScript eslint playground and set your AST viewer to TypeScript, you can see first string, second is number. You can see what the AST generated for your code is, and here we see a tuple type that has 2 elements. One is a named tuple member, and the other is number keyword. So this gives a TypeScript complaint. Tuple members. So I just removed that. Like that's all I had to do for this change at first. But also, then the types get all wonky because the tuple type, like in the TypeScript source code, the type referring to a tuple has an array of labeled element declarations. So now that array is no longer accurate. Like previously, TypeScript understood a tuple type to just either you have labeled element declarations and it's all of them, or you don't and it's an undefined array. Yeah, there's always one little rabbit hole that you get into with these things, right? Like most of my TypeScript PRs have been pretty quick, but for the one annoying thing. So now what I've done is I've changed label. Let me just expand this. I changed it to be read-only, the two existing types it could have been, or undefined to indicate that the element declaration is not named. So now they basically always exist. My suspicion is that it would be a better change in the AST to rename this to just element declarations, make it so that all the elements are just there, no undefined holes, and just you can tell if their name's tuple or not. The problem is though, that's like a breaking change in the public API, so I don't even know if they'll allow this like in any particular version number. Like, how bad is this breakage? So, good question. Do I just PR file issues first? How hard is it contributing to TypeScript? Great question. It reminds me, I have a section on my blog of TypeScript contribution diary that I've been meaning to bolster and pull out into its own thing, and then add like a how I do it article one of these days. But yeah, first off, always an issue first. TypeScript requires this. I have sent PRs to TypeScript, at least one that got closed because there wasn't an associated issue. I mean, I'm not on the team. I don't work at Microsoft or anything. So just because I want something. And yeah, I like being open. Thank you for the blog. I'd say once you understand abstract syntax trees and type checking, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's doable. I don't want to call it easy. Nothing's easy. But yeah, it's straightforward. You can do it. I tend not to tackle good first issues anymore, like issues labeled as good first issue, because I've done enough of these. But yeah, definitely recommend. Like, there are a lot of good first issues that are open. Ooh, make default JSX mode React. Ooh. Interesting. Anyway, the codebase is huge, but like they are really good at naming things. For example, in the checker, if you want to find where a particular node type is checked, you search function space check and then like the first few letters of that node type. So like if you wanted to check where tuple types are checked, function check tuple. Or if you wanted to check like, I don't know, function check identifier, boo, check identifier. There's also a great code base from Andrew Branch, one of the TypeScript team members, called Debugging the TypeScript Code Base, which is phenomenal. I bring it up. Oh yeah, I bring it up often. Yeah, TypeScript's type checker is well, it's almost up to 50,000 lines. Most people vomit in their mouth a little bit when they hear this, but this is somewhat intentional. Like, the TypeScript team is working on a relatively unusual project. It's got like performance concerns, and it's a very old code base, like more than a decade old. So I forget the explanation that they normally give for why it is like this, but like it is fine. They actually just made it a lot easier to work on the TypeScript code base, like a lot faster, because they switched from old namespaces to like ES module imports and exports, and now it's a lot faster to build. Good stuff, yeah. Cool. So, by the way, if you ever want help contributing to TypeScript, let me know. I'm always happy to hop on a pair. The more people who do this, the better. The more we can get features merged into TypeScript, and then they can work on the issues I really want them to work on that they haven't yet, like adding an assignability API, so lint rules can check that stuff. All right, cool. So I added a test case. I'm gonna run tests. I guess I don't really need to run tests on all files that include the word tuple, because, well, I'll just run them anyway. It's quick. Yeah, definitely recommend getting familiar with TypeScript before contributing to it. Some people will just like jump in, and maybe that's a good way to learn TypeScript, but I wouldn't recommend it. Expanded test case for reverse mapping. Actually, let me just partially name tuples that type. Let me just make sure it's good. Input is first type number, second is type string, and then the input is test input is first number string. Cool, yeah, looks good. Hit push. All right, so I think Andrews will be pleased. I took in the test suggestion. Oh, nice! I got a PR merge 2 minutes ago into eslint. That's yay! So I'll just look over this. Yeah, ESLint has a rule, require Unicode regex, or regex, as some would say, someone who might say to play. And it tells you to add the /u, the like Unicode, whatever, flag. Well, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you chatting. Enjoy Berlin and all your meetups once they start up again. Bye. So I added a suggestion fixture to require Unicode regex that just suggests. Fun fact, my name is now in the ESLint code base because I cut and paste existing code into a new file and they told me to put @author attributions on it, including me. They explicitly told me to put me because I didn't do it at first because I feel terrified putting my name in this code base. But yeah, pleased about that. We don't have to go too deep in there. Anyway, now this one's probably going to take up the rest of the stream. So I got to post about it on Twitter and such. Next up, adding TypeScript. How do I phrase this? So this is a PR to eslint-plugin-jsdoc, which is the ESLint plugin that adds a bunch of rules around validating your JSDoc comments. Feature to ESLint, an eslint-plugin-jsdoc rule to detect JSDocs unnecessary that are when you use TypeScript. Yeah. So this is my window isn't maximized. That's why I can't see the bottom. This is something I'm doing for two reasons. One, it's just useful. Like I'm constantly finding code bases where people still do like whatever, like @type string or whatever on things that are already said to be type string. Like on this, let me just find a function. And this export get node ID function, if you did this like @type node, and then returns number, like what purpose is there? That's totally unnecessary. TypeScript does it for you. Also, fun fact, definitely typed, the giant repository that houses all the definitions for community written types, like @type/react, is powered, like this tooling is powered by this repo called definitely type tools. And definitely type tools includes a tool called dtslint, which is still using tslint. It's the last major open source project I know of that still uses tslint. To recap, tslint was an equivalent to eslint specifically written for TypeScript. I was a maintainer on it and joined like a few months before the team, separate from me, announced its deprecation in favor of using eslint with TypeScript eslint. Tslint was also largely sponsored by the company Palantir, which has some negative associations politically and turned a lot of people away. So, time to move off of tslint. Anyway, one of the rules in dtslint is no redundant JSDoc 2. Apparently they had a v2 with this rule. And there's no reason why we couldn't all benefit from a rule that flags unnecessary JSDoc tags. So in my PR, added typed option to check tag names per the suggestion from Brett Z, the maintainer. Which reminds me, are they on Twitter? I should follow them if so. Nope. 500 on the personal site. Yeah, so there's this existing rule in ESLint plugin, JSDoc check tag names that, let me see if I can, there you go, it reports invalid block tag names. So like you can use like abstract and access and stuff, and if you use anything else, like that's not necessary. Like why would you do that? So they suggested that I add an option to the rule to also check for type names that are invalid when you use TypeScript or a similar type system. All that is to say, now that I've lost like 2/3 of my viewers, I got this PR and I want to work on it. So code eslint plugin JSDoc. So the PR actually works pretty well. The one thing is I didn't write a suggestion fixer because whenever I tested the suggestions, it didn't work. So if we go to the check tag names, the test file. So let's just look. This is how, fun fact, ESLint rules are typically tested. You write an array of invalid cases and an array of valid cases, where invalid cases are those where you have a code snippet, maybe some options, and then you expect some list of errors to be reported by the rule. So here we have at type string with the option typed true. That's the option I'm adding. And we should have two things. One, an error saying on line 2, type is redundant when using a type system. So TypeScript. And then the output should be let A. So like we should just remove the thing. Or maybe the output should be like just that. Let's something like that. Titanium, welcome. How's it going? What's it like being on my own stream? Yeah, not just like randomly crashing yours or teach Gen check or whatnot. It's nice. It's nice. I get to, I forget how chatty I get though, which is a whole thing. What's it like being on someone else's stream? Yeah, so who was I just talking with from open source about ESLint rules? You prefer being on someone else's? Why? Is there less pressure? Or maybe do you enjoy trolling? I don't think I've seen you troll a stream, but I feel like you'd be good at it. Yeah. Juggling. I always feel weird like halfway between talking with people and working. Like what's the right balance there? But yeah, so if I run this test file in eslint-plugin-jsdoc, oh, right. They have their own way to run tests. Oh, where is it? Test index or something? Yeah, npm run test index rule equals check tag names. Ooh, lately on your streams, you've talked a lot less. I put on music. I answer any questions and explain something when I'm changing tasks. Yeah, I'm going to try that. That sounds fun. So yeah, I'm just going to narrate what I'm doing. And then y'all should let me know if you have any questions. Because I do feel like I'm not as productive when I'm, explicitly going over stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I couldn't figure out why. I added a fixer to this rule. Yeah, that's the problem with like static analysis stuff. It's still at the periphery. In the terms of Frank Reynolds, I'm fringe class. I just want to be pure. And I wish more people like this stuff is not, it's not impossible to learn. It's not rocket science. It's just not taught very often. I wish more people knew these things, which is part of why I'm streaming. But yeah, so using their like little utility on the JSDoc tag, I report this thing is redundant when using a type system, and their utility allows providing a fixer, and they have a remove tag auto fixer. But when I run the test, output incorrect. So they actually pushed a fix. So now if I run test, yay! TypeScript tea time, welcome! Thanks for coming. I'm just working on a eslint-plugin-jsdoc feature. And yeah, it looks like Brett. Awesome. So I'm gonna fill out the rest of the suggestion or risk fixers and mark this as ready once that's done. Cool. I'll just repost this in chat since it's been a while. So Josh, and for those, I almost forgot. For those who are curious about ASTs and what I'm doing, we got a good blog post explaining them in TypeScript ESLint. Anyway, resolve conversation, convert to draft. Cool. So I want to add a suggestion fixer. Oh, pardon me, a fixer. Suggestions are a whole other thing. To all the things here. I should also add a test case that if you already have an explanation, like if you already have existing comment, we shouldn't delete that. So we should just save that formatting because this repo uses different formatting than what I like. And error line 4, not 2. y'all let me know if you got anything you want to chat. Oh, error line should be 4. I typed 3. This is a goose. Let me know if there's anything y'all want to chat about. Nice. I don't know if you can see a slightly different colored dot. All right, so that's cool. So we successfully fix in that case. So I'm gonna just look for all the places where this rule can report something. All right. And the way that I do it is with this utility or JSDoc. So I'm gonna cut and paste this description or this message over. All right. If there's no description, then we remove it. This function needs to take in the tag index because that's, I guess, how. That's how this utility removes tags. Curious, if I don't fill out the output. Ooh, you were thinking about helping in ESLint, but it's hard to get started. Any tips? I love this question. When you say helping in ESLint, do you mean like helping out in the community ESLint Discord, like when people ask questions, or do you mean like filing issues, even sending pull requests to ESLint? Just while you're typing, ESLint does have a community Discord. Fun fact. There it is. Discord. ESLint.org/chat. Cool. Oop, and there's my thing. Contributing to code. Awesome. So yeah, first read their docs. I'm sure you know this, but just for visibility, they do have good docs, which relatively recently, I think like less than a year ago now, they like overhauled, made this nice new site. So contribute to ESLint. They have descriptions here, but even better, they also have somewhere. Well, first of all, these are like really nice and comprehensive. Like they explain how to run tests and everything. They also have like descriptions of like how all this stuff works somewhere. Well, anyway, on the TypeScript ESLint site, the link that I posted, we have this explainer, and yeah, so this has like some good info on ASDs. But yeah, I'd say go to their issues tracker and just look for good first issues. They do actively post. Oh no, I guess they. Last time I checked, they had good first issues. Yeah, so anything marked as accepted, you can look into. I generally recommend bugs to start off with, and then if you don't see any, find features. Yeah, so I don't know. If you like TypeScript, which something about you gives me that impression, you could always also look at the TypeScript ESLint issues tracker. It's a little more prerequisite intense in that you have to, know TypeScript for a lot of our rules, though not all of them. But I believe we have good first issues still. Yeah. So hope that helps. They are separate, yeah. So ESLint core is just for JavaScript. Like they're talking about rewriting it and making this whole thing so it's extensible, and it already is extendable to work with other languages. Like I use it to lint my Markdown and my YAML, maybe just my YAML, my template package. Anyway, but yeah, TypeScript ESLint is like a whole separate project that uses ESLint APIs and adds to it. And I can help you more with this, much more with this one. So if that's a benefit you like, then definitely. Like we have our own docs and contributing guides and stuff. We're separate from ESLint core because they don't have the time to do TypeScript stuff, and we don't have the time to do ESLint core stuff. Awesome. Yeah. So let me know if there are any issues on our end you'd like help with. I'm happy to sit down and help you with them. I realized that like 20 minutes ago, I was like, oh, I will chat less and just work. And now I'm like interacting with the chat. This is funny. This makes me happy. Oh, the link. Yes. ASD is my stream log. So there's that. And then TypeScript eslint.io is like the main site for us. So yeah, any issue with good first issue is great. Finally answering Dan, Have I considered making a CLI for eslint, especially when interacting practically with TypeScript? It's so miserable to set up. It is. Eslint has an init thing, which I don't know how much people have done with this. Yeah, this needs love in the context of TypeScript. There is actually a proposal from Brad Zacher to make a dedicated TypeScript eslint CLI. Where is it? RFC, building a CLI for TypeScript eslint, which was moved to discussion. So this might be interesting to you. So this is just something I haven't had the time to really meaningfully look into. I don't think Brad's CLI proposal is really targeted to the same thing that you are. Right now, a big problem we see actively is that it's just a pain in the butt to set up things. Part of that is just we haven't had good docs. Part of it is that we haven't had good error messages. Part of it is that there's legitimately non-trivial configuration to do. So two remediations there. One is that we have overhauled our docs. And then in TypeScript eslint v6, these will be, well, about as complex, but a little more easy to read. So yeah, definitely this page is good. Also, yeah, I would love to work on the eslint and init experience, but haven't gotten around to that. Oh, and I have a reference implementation. For anyone who's curious, my template TypeScript node package, it was 117 stars, now it's 18. 117 is a funny Halo number, video game reference. I have a reference of an eslint config, and I like to think I know what I'm doing with these. So yeah, this is all the eslint configuration you could possibly want in a generic template that I know of. Except I think I need to add the JSDoc plugin. Yeah. So let me know if that's useful. Anyway, back to the code. There's so many docs projects, this one included, I'd love to spend time on. Imagine if there was a docs redundancy program where docs maintainers could rotate and help out different projects. God, yes, please do. That would be wonderful. That would make me so happy. Please make that thing. That'd be awesome. Anyway, one of the cool things about eslint's rule tester class, which isn't directly shown in this test file, but is under the hood what they're using, is because you're passing in this array of code snippets and errors expected, they can be very strict about what you're supposed to provide. I added a fixer in one of the reports, and I didn't add the output that it's supposed to fix to, so now it's complaining. Yay. So now I have to add the fixer, and it creates this code. Save without formatting. So previously I had, how many failures? 2. Now I should have just 1. Yay! Param boolean, param. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, okay. So this parameter, all it serves, this JSDoc says at param, and then the type of the param and the name of the param, so that's unnecessary, so we can just remove it. I'm also gonna make sure that we don't remove an existing comment. So let's just change this. Now it's line 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of line 2. And we remove, save without formatting. Ooh, indentation. You just talked to a DevTools CEO who's looking to hire a docs lead. I should start an agency. Honestly, it's not a bad idea. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like dev avocadoing, docs and stuff, is a relatively new art, and so there's a lot more, not just demands, but not just practical demand, but theoretical demand. Within the set of people who need docs help, which is a very large set, not all of them know that they need it, but we're expanding the percentage of people, making that percentage of people who realize they need it better, because people are realizing, wait, this is important. All right, so it's complaining. param without a description is redundant when using a type system. Why is it complaining? So it's mad because describing the type of, I should have said describing the type of param is redundant when using a type system. And then the output, existing comment. I need to also remove the tag here. So let's fix that one. Cool. Hey Dan, if you have you or anyone can answer. Swanzor, Nico, thank you for joining. Been a little while. And thank you for the sub. What do the different subscription tiers mean? I wonder. But no, thank you. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? How's life? Oh geez. This output needs to be updated too. Okay, cool. Here we go. Oh no, I was gonna ask a question. Oh yeah. So people play background music in the streams, but I have my own background music I like to play, so is there a way in Twitch to like have separated background music so like people can opt in and out of it? Because I'd love to share my stuff, but also, I don't know. I don't want to force it. I'm doing great. Honestly, this year's been pretty good the last few days. I actually spent 3 hours at the DMV/DOT, the like Department of Transportation in Philly this morning, because I think they lost my name when they needed to take a photo of me for my new license. But other than that, I'm just excited. I've been working a lot of open source stuff. Makes me happy. One of them is this. Let me actually repost the PR. I'm adding an option to eslint-plugin-jsdoc to let you know if you're using tags that are redundant when you're using TypeScript. 8-month sub. That's good, right? That's like really kind and good and generous. Should I do something with my subs? The people? I don't know how to reward y'all for being nice to me. But other than saying thanks. So, thanks. Oh, I should give you emotes? Chat settings. How do I give you emotes? I cannot share my own. I'm like looking through the stream manager. Like, what do I? Got my own emote. I'll look into. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll let me know what emotes you want. Maybe a TypeScript emote. Type sad, little teardrop next to it. Oh, now I'm getting all excited. I love. Just keep doing open source. Can do. All right, so my one from the Pokemon game, TypeScript Striker. Cool. I'll keep these all in mind. So the one tricky thing that's been running through my mind here for this is, I don't actually want to completely remove tags when there is a description. Yeah. Because someone actually went through the effort of describing the param, they wouldn't want this removed. They would just want it to be like at param dash takes description. So instead of removing the tag altogether, I want to just replace the text of it. So describing the type of, where does that error come from, the report? So if there's no description, then we remove it altogether. But there is a description. What is it? Utils dot replace. Remove tag. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about this feature. So we got utils.remove tag. I want to see if there's like another utility that I can get. Set tag, change tag. Ooh, change tag. Who does this? Change tag to name. Change the name of it. Change the description. change the post tag. Post name. Ooh, post name sounds reasonable. Let me let's see what happens if I do that. So I need to change tag, which is gonna jsdoc tag.tag. Then let's, what did I just do? Oh, I think I folded all by accident. All right, post name to hi. Let's see what a post name does. By the way, I should put it only on this one. So this is the only test that runs, so I don't get noise. Just another cool thing that the ESLint rule tester lets you do. You cannot read properties of undefined. That's not good. Change tag. Maybe jsdoc.tag. Hi. Well, I can tell this is getting added, so that's nice. But no, let me actually, I'm gonna have to actually read the source code. All right, so tag, post tag, type, post. Ooh, type. Type and post type. Let's change the type to empty string, see what happens. Nice, look at this, nothing. I don't like that it's double spaced. That's not good. So let's see, token. Okay, so this is the only place. Post name. Okay, wait, what? Wow, there are a few places to use. So I'm going to look at the change tag method specifically. Source tokens. Okay, so it's literally just changing in some tokens entry what the token is. Okay. Cool. You know what? This is good enough for me. If someone wants to add a lint rule saying no 2 spaces after things. Or maybe post type. Empty string. Maybe I can get away with that. Nice. Okay. So we clear the type and post type. Nice. So I've changed it so this fella does not remove the description if you ever so lovingly crafted one for your param. And oh, interesting. This one is failing. So what we should do is fix this. Let me expand a little bit. Fix this from param rule and param to just something. Well, hang on. This one we should remove because there's no actual useful description here. It's just param, boolean, param. So this one I'm gonna console.log the jsdoc tag. See what the tag looks like. This repo doesn't have a nice like VS Code debugger hooked up. So I'm console log debugging. Woo! Aha. So the description is space. So we should trim it. Nice. And we get a nicer error message. Cool. Param is redundant. Param without a description. That's actually a better error message. Yeah, that is correct. Cool. So I feel good about that. Let's remove my console log. Yay, 62 passing. Okay. So when there's no description, I have it complain and remove the tag altogether. When there is a description and there's a type, we say remove the type. And we just change the tag to post type and type. Clear that. Awesome. So that looks good. If the type is always there, then we complain redundant when using a type system. So I'm gonna look at this. So when we say type string, it's redundant when using a type system. But if there is a JSDoc tag.description, const description equals JSDoc tag. You know what? Oh, accidentally saved. All right, so if JSDoc tag.description.trim. So if there is a description, then we shouldn't remove it altogether. We should do this util.change tag thing. Else we remove the tag. So let me let's add that test there. Extra info. And what we should end up with is no type string, just and we can remove tag and post tag. Expected things to be in sorted order. Cool. By the way, Dan, you were right. This does feel more productive. Although I am paranoid that I'm just going away and losing people. So someone let me know if what I'm doing is making sense or just nothing at all. Ooh, and yay. Looks like the fixer works. Nice. Okay, so I've gotten... Oh, I enjoy your company. Thank you for saying that. It is interesting, the different like user segments or user personas or goals or whatever of Twitch. Like some people are here to learn, some are just hanging out, some are lurking. Lurking is fine too. I appreciate you all. All right. So if tag is redundant when typed, JSDoc tag. I feel like I should probably use this like description trim checking logic in more places. Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually, because I'm finding it's happening basically everywhere. Const remove type segments tag. So the actual logic that I need is here. Tag index. +1 Croucher. Also hi. More people like Dan would be nice. Right, so basically all of these I'm gonna remove type segment of tag, JSDoc tag, tag index. Because for all of them I want to delete it only if there's no description. So this is cool. In fact, all of these I think I can just like extrapolate. Report with fixer. Removal with type removal fixer. Oh, I love it when a name comes together. Okay, so I just need message. Yeah, I just need the message in the JSDoc tag. Then I move this logic inside the fixer. Oh, look at this. Unified function to do my things for me. I love it. Get that indentation right. All right. And then what we actually report is the message. Report with type removal fixer. Okay. So report with type removal fixer. And the JSDoc tag and the tag index. Nice. Oh, that is cleaner. This makes me happy. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. I love a good wrap and extract, or whatever the proper term for what I just did would be. All right, JSDoc tag, tag index. Yeah, so basically all of my code now uses the same fixer. So that's cool. Save without formatting. Let's see which test cases need fix suggestions. param dash takes description. So the output here should be oh, interesting. So here I shouldn't be, right, I don't want to also delete the tag. I don't want to also delete @param. Here it should stay @param, which means I should additional tag changes. I should add additional tag changes here. Make sure that shouldn't crash, right? Dot 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 of undefined won't screw over the spread. Cool. All right. So it's actually taking in. Oh wait, I counted out tag and type. What I meant to comment out was tag and post tag. I didn't want to remove the type. Let's see what it says now. Nice. All right, so prior description, and I should add an output property. Yay. Look at this. It's working. It lives. Cool. And I have another one where I've got the template and I just need to remove it all together. Look at this. I'm so pleased right now. Oh no, parsing error. Who dares? Who dares? Add abstract. Be true. It's true. And a fatal parsing error occurred in autofix. Parsing error, unexpected token, blah. Oh no, autofix output. It looks like the autofix utility has a bug in it. That's not good. The output here is supposed to be const a equals b comma true. But what's actually happening with the autofix in this one is we are the autofix is also removing the tilde, or the curly bracket, not tilde. So that's not good. I'm gonna skip for now to do. Oh no, an issue with the autofixer, because that's like a framework level thing. Like the framework like lib utility code in this eslint-plugin repo. Oh no, skip true? I can't have skip? I comment. LOL. All right. Abstract A becomes output 1. Yep, just let A, because abstract is unnecessary when you're not in a declare context. All right, dash extra info. Aha, here we go. So now I'm back to is redundant when using a type system, and because I commented out post tag and tag, it's no longer removing the type. So I should add in post tag and tag as parameters or options in that new additional changes thing. Is redundant when using a here describing the type. Oh, did I put this in the wrong one? So if there is a description, wait, maybe I did put this in the wrong one. If there is a description, then we do want to remove the thing. What is my... now I'm getting a little lost. Type string, extra info. Type is redundant when using a type system. Oh yeah, I was in the wrong function. This is describing the type of. What I actually want is this one. Here we go. Save without formatting. Yay, look at this. Everything is good. I'm happy. All right, so now I've just got the one issue, which is this autofix. So I'm gonna actually commit. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool. All right. Mostly working fixers. I finally saw the Lego Movie all the way through for the first time like a few months ago, rather than just like bits and pieces on random channels here and there. That was a good movie. You know, Will Ferrell is in it. I did not remember that. Ugh, I have to rerun. Creamy. Get hooks. This is some tool that the repo maintainer added, I guess. Messes with the README. What did it do that's different in this one? Oh, right. It takes the test cases and like copies them into the README. Cool. All right. Yeah, so one last thing to work on. Let's see, the formatting. I'm going to only true this. So it's the only one that runs is check tag names is removing the curly bracket and is generally redundant outside. So that's this thing, report with type removal fixer. So for some reason, utils.report.jsdoc is removing, so utils.remove tag is buggy, I'm guessing. So, oh geez, that's some code. Okay, this is gonna be morning coffee stream, 6 a.m. Yeesh. That's good for you. I recently set my weekday alarm to 7, and it is a slog to get up in the morning. Oh yeah, yo, Swanto, the Mario movie looks so much better than it should. Like, what? Why does that look so good? Also, yeah, I hope you get to do open source stuff. All right, so. Utils.remove tag takes in an index and a couple of options. Tag source offset. I don't know what that is. Maybe we'll find it. So, Tears of the Kingdom. You know, I didn't really enjoy Breath of the Wild. I know that's like a controversial thing, but I think I needed something more focused. That's not an insult. Just the style of gameplay is like, you know, loose and exploratory and. Yo, I'm not the. So nice to not be the only one. That was the first Zelda game I ever owned and played for more than an hour. Sorry. The previous closest thing to a Zelda game that I played is probably Binding of Isaac. I guess Witcher 3. Fix the dungeons. What's wrong with the dungeons? Overtime is both your own fault and a deal bit. Sad note of being a manager. All right. So utils.remove tag. Let's what's tag source? And what is source index? By the way, this is a cute little pattern. Use array.sum and just return false or true in the loop to halt the loop if you need. It's kind of like a .for each that you can actually halt. Thought that was nice. Not source index, source index. Let's Let's run that test. Let's move that panel to the right so we're actually able to read it all at once. Whee! Okie dokie. Tag source is number 0, source abstract, source index is 0. Okay, I don't know what any of that means, but that sounds good. So where do we actually change the source? jsdoc.source.splice. We splicing? Splice index. It took me a long time to learn that IDX is index. Just let me know if you also just learned that right now the way I did back in the day. Working on open source ever as an actual job is wonderful. Working on open source full time as an actual job is just wonderful. Like truly a lovely thing to do. All right, so we don't get into this thing. Tag source.splice. So okay, so wait, source index is greater than neighbor 1, so we splice count equals 1. Oh, I want to check the tag IDX. I don't like abbreviations. Did I did not save that. Save without formatting. There we go. So we are splicing, yes indeed. Splice index 0, splice count 1, tag source offset 0. Are we splicing here also? Okay. Oh, tag source slice dot sum tokens if not tag or not ending. Tag ending. The younger generation. Wait, did it not log? Why is this not logging? I should really get around to setting up the VS Code debug for this. Debug. Configuration. Let's see. npm run test index, rule equals check tag names. Launch program. What does test index do? Can I just paste in a program here? Is anyone good with VS Code debugging? I know that log gets hit, so I'm gonna launch program. Cannot find module npm run. VS Code. VS Code launch npm run. Available script snippets launch via npm. Add a configuration. Node.js. Ooh, these are broken. Oh, wait, here we go. Here we go. Launch via npm. Brevity dev, welcome. Thanks for chatting. I feel like trying to get VS Code to actually run JS is a lot more difficult than it should be. Specifically, what I'm trying to do now, I so very much agree. Yeah, it's annoying. I wish that it offered more intelligent suggestions. Like if you see that I'm running a command in the terminal and then want to add a like VS Code settings or launch JSON thing, like just, you know, do it for me. And launch test. Launch test. Let's see if I can do this. Come on. Oh, wow. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with myself. I successfully Googled and then implemented VS Code debugging. Like, wow. Shout out to projects that don't have to transpile, so you don't have to set up source maps in your VS Code debugger. That is actually a nice thing. I don't know if any of y'all in the chat have opinions on using TypeScript syntax, like TS files or not. Okay, so I'm in the thing. We got like a bunch of dot sum loops, so I'm putting breakpoints in here. Okay. So I'm inside this tag source.sum. Source index is indeed greater than 1. So I've got splice index equals source index, which is 0, and tag source offset, which is 0. What do I do with this information though? So I got the limiter and the end. Limiter is, come on, */ end is, or /*, blah. Yeah, honestly, ChatGPT is overrated. There you heard it. ChatGPT is awesome. LLMs are awesome. There are so many cool things they can do, but people are shoving that crap into everything. And you know what? This is the nature of new technology. People are going to shove it everywhere. We're going to find out the hard way what the early bugs are and where it is or isn't useful. Like, I've seen some amazing things in docs with ChatGPT, like people answering really cool, complex questions. And then also, I've seen people get extremely incorrect things told to them that they then take as truth. Price Guy, hello. Thanks for joining. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, Croucher. All right, so we're moving empty block. We are splicing. Let's just get that nice little log. All right, so splice index 0, splice count 1, tag source offset 0. What is jsdoc.source though? What is this? Oh, so we're literally just removing the one thing here. Copilot is incredible for producing demo code. It is, yeah. It's not great at eslint plugin work though. Not enough training data, I think. I use ChatGPT for writing C when working with single board computers, mainly because I don't work in C often. I do not typically ask it for help. Yeah, it's interesting. The more familiar someone is with the language, for some people, for some users, the less they are likely to ask for help with it, from ChatGPT specifically. It's interesting. All right. So the JSDoc source, which is, I'm guessing, an array of, well, I'm inferring is an array of tag things. And then also, is this tag source? Next line, JSDoc source, jsdoc.tags. No, it's not. Tag. So wait, what is tag source and what is jsdoc.tags? Both arrays of size 1. The tags is a description of the things with their sources. Wait, is jsdoc.tags.sources equal to this tag source array? No? Okay. I should stop trying to guess. All right, so tag source, which is the thing we'll splice next, also is a description of these tags as to why we have 3 formats. I'm sure there's a very good reason I don't yet know. So we tag source.splice and we return true. All right. So JSDoc. Let's just look at JSDoc. It's got source is now an array of 0. It's only got the one tag abstract. And that is, I'm guessing, going to be removed. Let's see if there's anything else that happens with this function. Okay, nothing else. I only, again, another recent learning, recently realized the O/ is like the wave people are doing. Dan is organizing the chat. I'm amused. All right, so yeah, it seems to me like there's just a bug in the utility code in this library that report JSDoc, the function is like when it reconciles when it reconciles the like JSDoc that has the tags removed, it's accidentally removing the curly bracket. So let me log a replacement. See what happens. Got accidentally hit save. And I'm just gonna run in the terminal without the debugger, see what happens. Well, so we're just message and what are we removing? Tag. Nope, don't save. Thank you for gifting the sub, Dan Jordanium. You've gifted 9 subs in this channel? That's absurd. That's very kind of you. Thanks. All right, message, abstract is really redundant. Tag is tag abstract, name type, optional false, description, replacement blank. All right, so yeah, where is the code? So the JSDoc node, I'm so confused. Why would this remove the curly bracket? I'm so confused. By the way, I love the wholesomeness in the chat. Thanks, y'all. All right. I don't want to spend too much time with this. It's not my project. I didn't write these utils. And I don't want to, I'm just like losing motivation and time. So I might not be able to fully debug this. But I'm glad that like my code is working. But what oh, if not replacement fixer.remove range 0 JSDoc node.range 1. What happens if I do this? If I remove that not replacement. Aha! So maybe I can debug this. The problem is replacement is a blank string. And replacement equals null or replacement equals undefined. Interesting. Yeah, so the problem is we are removing the JSDoc node. Hang on a second. We're removing range 0 to JSDoc node.range 1. Isn't 0 the first character in the... What is report? Is report just direct? Is it this? How is this not removing like the first character in the file? The fixer must be offset in some way. Well. Oh, hang on a second. It is. It's removing everything. I just realized it didn't just remove the curly bracket. It's the autofix output has nothing in it. It's JSDoc node needs to have 5 hours ago, fixed tag removal when item is 0 line. Aha. And if we look at the timeline view, the change there was if there's no replace. Right, so this is new stuff. Right, so there's just a bug in this newly written code, which they wrote for me as a kindness in my pull request. So I should not be complaining in any level of bitterness about this. Okay, so yeah, we're removing range from 0 to the JSDoc node range 1. But what we probably want to do is JSDoc node.range 0. Save without formatting. Cool. Which means we could probably just remove JSDoc node.range. I think. Get rid of these console logs. Yeah, awesome. Oh, I'm so glad I debugged this. This is one of the best moments I've had in the last couple of weeks, by the way. I got people chatting, y'all being kind to each other. I debugged something that I thought would be really hard. That is such a good feeling when you think something is going to be like this whole investigation and then it ends up just being like something small. Ooh, dumb question. Not at all a dumb question. Is it an extension that gives you the commit author and message on the line you're on? Brevity is correct. GitLens. Great extension. Got a bunch of them installed, more than I want. GitLens, get supercharged, visualize code authorship. Cool. Yeah, GitLens is great. It's super configurable too. Like I like having the little stuff there, but it used to be, I don't know, it used to be more intrusive and I turned a couple of things off. I forget what I did. No question is a dumb question. You know what? That's a good statement. Except what VS Code theme are you using? Oh yeah, I use stock. I don't do anything. So many blame plugins, I couldn't find that specific one. Yeah, I think Gatelines is like a good standard to go with. It's all fancy. They have good branding. Oh my god, 21 million. Good for them. All right. Yeah, no, I'm pleased, by the way. Check tag names JS, be true. You can just fix that. Nice. Themes are important, especially for people who need, you know, like high contrast or other things, but also it's just fun. Like you're looking at it for whatever hours a day. Like you should make it nice and, you know, that's nice. But at the same time, I just don't have the energy. All right, why is this? Well, looks like oh boy. So in all of these, because I changed the thing they did, I see now why they added the number 0. So yeah, now it's just a whole bunch of so I made the code as if you remove everything from the start, but really it's you just remove where that JSDoc thing is. It doesn't mess with the lines prior to it. Yeah, accessibility concerns, important. Looking cool, crucial. +1. Thus the human brain is explained. Yeah, I just gotta fix a bunch of these auto fix outputs. Make sure I'm doing the right thing here. What is this? Look at this plus and minus. How am I supposed to freaking how am I supposed to know what the spaces are? What is this? Why are they? Is it there's nothing on the line? Nope. Wait, did that just replace spaces and output temporarily? I think I'll have to do that. Yeah. Oh wait, but one of them is correct. Dot length. Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? Yeah, I think the spacing needs to align with the thing. Okay, thank God I'm not going to have to like futz around with console dot whatevers. All right. Function takes 1 param. There we go. How long do you plan on streaming? Great question. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you promoting me. I was planning on stopping half an hour ago, but I got nothing else the rest of the day. I don't know. Maybe I'm honestly doing well. I'm in a good mood. Maybe another half hour. Yeah, I'll give myself till 5. I'll probably collapse in an exhausted heap after not that much longer. Yeah. This pleases me though, this progress. I am pleased. Also, if someone says hi pleased, I am dead, I don't know what I'll do, but it'll be positive. Be very positive. Strong positive. Output let A. That needs the blank line there. Type string let A. Blank line of the output. So close. Come on. Come on. Oh. Little new lines. Liney friends. All right. Thought I had 2 more to go already. Abstract let A. Output let A. I swear to, I thought I fixed this one. Type string. Oh my God, we're so close. 1 left. Let A. Oh my God. I swear. Someone could watch the video on demand of this. I swear to gosh diddly darn that I did that one. Ooh. Jan Titanium, I've been applying to a ton of comps this year, crossing fingers to get lucky again, but to be clear. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you calling me a pro. It still feels weird that I like do conference talks. I still remember walking around the playground in elementary school on the verge of tears because no one wanted to hang out with me. And now I'm on Twitch complaining about white space. You tell me who's the winner. Child, me, or Kurt. I feel like I might have previously sent you this blog post, but for the chat, I have a whole thing, a whole blog post, how I apply to conferences. Look at me now. So this might be useful to anyone who's interested in like, well, how do I figure out how to talk about something or what to talk about or like how to write a tech talk. I also, answering out of order, what comps do I speak at? I have a, where is it? Where's my Notion link? This has a link to my conferences Notion page, which is intentionally public. Sometimes I have to procrastinate putting things on here until they've been accepted. So I got like my speaker bios and the standard request for feedback. I put in all of them and like a few random talk ideas I'll eventually get to. And then also accepted timeline is maybe the most useful out of these, just to see all the conference acceptances that I've noted down. I'm going to be at React Miami. I'm, by the way, so upset with myself. If you had asked me if I'd applied to the React Brussels CFP, oh, I'm glad you read it, thanks. The React Brussels CFP, I would have sworn up and down that yes, I did. And then no, it turns out I was thinking of the previous year or something, and I never applied to the React Brussels CFP for this year. Very upset. That was a great conference. Dan, do you have a link to the React Brussels talk? Yours was really good, and I'd love to post it in the chat. Specifically, I'd love it if you or someone posted it in the chat. Haha. I don't know how to use that to get into other comps, though, aside from putting in the past comps field. Yeah, I don't... Most conferences only put, like, one, like, single line, a little entry for, like, what have you talked about before? I don't know. Other than just saying you've done it before, that's kind of... Or saying that I've done things before, that's all I kind of put. I don't normally reference like specific talks that much unless they're like exactly related to what I'm proposing. So yeah, no, just keep applying, learn anything you can from rejections. You got this. Oh yeah, no, this is one of my favorite quotes that I've ever written. I was rejected from multiple conferences before I landed my first talk. For a while after that, my rate was around 5%. Yeah, that should help everyone's confidence. If I can do it, little playground kid. Yeah, I'm really excited about Star Trek. It's going to be great. I just posted on LinkedIn, I think, for them. I need to post on Twitter, too. Also, heading back to Australia, and then, like, immediately after that, Kansas. Great. Thanks for the link, Dan. Why is this freaking thing complaining, though? I swear I saved the file with the spacing. What is happening? Am I going to have to do the freaking replace output spaces? You hate traveling? Oh, that's not useful if your goal is to get into international conferences. I love traveling. I love it so much. I grew up not traveling much because my parents, we weren't poor. We just had the mentality of someone who was. That lovely immigrant mentality, I'm told, is the term. Console logs. So... now I love traveling. I'm like, ooh, I get to do this. Smashing Cough and Code Mash. Those are good names. Please splicing. All right, so I need to figure out this freaking spacing thing. And it's from the at abstract A. Oh, there we go. I was looking at the wrong one before. Nice. Wait, Croucher, are you in Australia? Because it's really funny wishing for specific regions in Australia to me, because it is such a pain to get to that freaking country. Although your coffee is legitimately the best, consistently the overall best coffee. Oh my God. Oh, your coffee is so good. I have a latte thing, an espresso machine, and I make lattes with it. Is this freaking kidding me? Is it just like saving my files, messing with the... spaces for me. I've been down to one Oh my god, stop. What is happening? I'm gonna have to open this freaking thing in like whatever the Mac equivalent of Notepad++ is. Save without formatting. It's removing my space. God. Oh my god, that is incredibly frustrating. I need a tweet about this. VS Code is removing spaces from lines from inside template literal strings when I save from a single template literal string, single alternating template literal string, whenever I save without formatting, and it's making from one template literal string whenever I say that, it's making a single unit test fail, alternating between two. This is very frustrating. Alternating between two strings. I fix one, it breaks the other. Rage emoji. Post that crap on Fostodon. Ugh. Alright, what is the text editor I should use on Mac that's Notepad++? Oh my god. What a... Alright, so it's line 44. And where's the abstract, friends? Line 112. Oh my god. What if I change to language mode plain text? Is that fix thing line 44? No. Oh. Did that fix it? Terminal Vim. Oh, thank God I didn't know. I used to be a Vim person, and I still remember WQ bang, and that's all I had to do. All right. Back to JavaScript. And I'm not saving that file. My God. Oh, wait, don't want to commit my VS Code launch. I might know someone you know based on my conferences on Twitter. I know a lot of people. It's weird. I've gotten to the point where every conference I go to, I know like at least one person. Oh, keep adding all that instinct. Corrected output for. Who do you think I know? Knowing is not endorsements. There are a lot of people who'd say they know me, whether they vouch for me. Sarah, how do you say the last name? Oh, is this a Microsoft MVP? No, I don't know this person. Just Googling her on the side. Seems like a swell individual. Right. NPM run create readme. Git add. Git commit amend no edit. Git push. I'd love to meet Sarah though. If they're going to Star Trek over in Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii. Ohio. All right. I got this thing. Yay! Let's kill these unnecessary docs pages. Cool. So, Hawaii and Ohio are basically... Yeah, one is an island in the middle of an ocean, and the other is an island of... No, I got nothing. I got nothing on this one. Where is it? Right, JSDoc. And I had to change this in a commit. Oh, right. I should run npm run test because I changed a thing in the shared utility, and I don't know if it's gonna mess stuff up. Well, look at that. Very nice. All right. Commit 5C 6 blah blah blah. I changed this in because the 0 index is relative source file. Cool. And let me just copy and paste this. I'm actually going to add a little snippet of Look at me with my fancy schmancy diff view in GitHub. Fun fact for those who haven't done this before, in Markdown you can do a diff language. Use minuses and pluses. It is literally just diff. Ohioans. Did I say Oklahoma? I meant Ohio if I did. All right, cool. This is pleasing. I'm just going to bump this PR link again to the chat for anyone who joined recently. Bump myself and explanation for ASDs. All right. Wow, their tests run real fast. Ready for review. Yay. All right. So this PR is ready for review. I've got a bunch of GitHub notifications, but if there's anything any of y'all want me to work on in particular. What does ASD stand for? Wrong answers only. For some reason, my mind just immediately jumped to the word ass. And then to that scene in Requiem for a Dream with a quote that involves it, which is a very deeply, darkly depressing movie, so never mind that. Something Astro. You know what? I'll let you all think of that in the chat. I had another tab open somewhere with some other issue, and oh right, I was gonna look at my TypeScript. Yeah, I'll finish out today with a TypeScript pull request that fix the memory leak. Oh my god, Vite has a memory leak. This one? Leave your own comments. Help wanted, P4 important. Oof. Someone should get, oh, who's the person? Is it Martin? Speeding up the JS series? The dev, yeah, Marvin, there you go. Sorry, Marvin. Yeah, someone get Marvin on this. Marvin does good work. Anyway, yeah. I will not be tackling that, as I don't have the brain capacity to onboard to a new project to the level of fixing its perf issues. But thank you for the suggestion. Yeah. I just started using vtest last year in my template for my TypeScript packages. So supposedly an issue with rollup. Fascinating. Cool. I'm going to work on this thing instead. So post in the chat. So it's a PR that I need to post on the Twitters. Keep opening my notifications like I have time to check them. That was a fun one. Now I'm switching back to TypeScript for a PR of mine that's supposed to help with auto imports and file extensions. Auto imports, getting the right file extensions or lack thereof. Yeah, so TypeScript can suggest imports, like auto fix things for you. Someone commented all. It shouldn't have been fixing that for me because but was for specifically one line at a time. Fixed by switching language mode to plain text temporarily. Shrug. All right. Cool. VTest support coming to StrikerJS. Awesome. StrikerJS is awesome, by the way. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Okay, cool. So fixes a TypeScript issue. 52886. Move to new file does not honor explicit file extensions. Okay. So when you're working on an ESM project and you have to use .js imports, which is a thing in ESM when you're not using like a bundler that does it for you, and you use the TypeScript refactor move to a new file, it doesn't add the .js. If you have module resolution node 16 or node next, you do need .js. So I sent a PR, I'm just recapping for myself, that says if you have a user preference for JS or your resolution mode is yes next, or your module resolution kind is node 16 or node next in your compiler options, then we add .js. And I added a test case. Not the biggest thing. Andrew Branch, TypeScript team member, has done a lot of work with imports and extensions. Module resolution node next doesn't mean that extensions are required. It just means that extensions are required in ESM files. What you have in your test or CJS files where extensions are not required. The refactor from infer from the existing code that extensions are preferred, but it's incorrect to infer that preference based purely on the module resolution setting. I'm not sure what the issue is, and I'm guessing Andrew meant to link to the issue itself, not the PR. But it's likely the refactor isn't passing the resolution mode correctly. Got it. The doesn't add JS is honestly the top one user pain point. You mean like with TypeScript or like ESM in general? Because yeah, this has been a total pain in the tush for a lot of things. Right. The refactor should infer from the existing code that extensions are preferred. Interesting. I don't know that. I don't agree or disagree. I just don't agree yet. Not following. So you can't infer the preference based only on module resolution. You should pass resolution mode. Where does resolution mode come from? So I'm gonna code TypeScript. Oh, and I should to do eslint-plugin-jsdoc file issue for TypeScript or for a VS Code debugger launch. I'll do that later. I already hopped over to TypeScript. So GPR checkout 53244 to run the build. All right, so compiler utilities.ts 91942. So TypeScript's internal source has a function that's used in places all over called getModule specifier ending preference. Yeah, we really need to get this working. I guess it's only used in a couple places. So we take in the user preference. What did we actually take? We take in what the user's preference is, and then we also, failing that, take in the resolution mode and compiler options and source file. So if the user has a preference, then we do JS stuff. Did compiler options new to me? No, that was previously there. So Andrew was saying what? So in my test, I have CJS files where extensions are not required. Move to new file imports. What do I call this thing? Import file extensions. Type module. Move to new file import. Type non-type module. So Andrew's saying that in my, even in type module, I'm getting .js. I'm a little lost. Where extensions are not required. So you can't establish that preference based solely on the module resolution setting. But it's likely that the refactor isn't passing in the resolution mode correctly. So let's see, just going on that hunch, who calls get module specifier ending preference? It's called by a bunch of places, a couple of, okay. Get preferred ending, string completions. Oh boy. So I actually keep notes, like the Mac app notes, open I didn't take notes on this particular one. Darn. I'm looking through my private notes to see if I kept any of this. Nope. Ah, well. So I'm just gonna have to start debugging. So let's see. The test file is hereby run test equals move to new file, import file extensions on type module. And we don't even hit the breakpoint, right? Because I forgot to run test -- inspect -break attached node process attached. All right, so now I'm debugging TypeScript's language service itself, which I still find incredibly cool that I can just do on my own time when I want. I don't know why I had a breakpoint in that file. I don't know why I have a breakpoint in any of these files. So I'm just going to clear all my existing stuff. All right, so the preference, user preference is undefined. Resolution mode is 1, which is the module, which is not ESNext. Resolution mode is CommonJS. Okay. So okay. Actually, if I just go off of what Andrew said, if I just change this to the resolution mode, see, without formatting, and then proof new file, import file extensions. This is fascinating stuff here. And go. And go. Hereby baseline accept. So for those who weren't here like an hour or two ago in the beginning of the stream, TypeScript lets you store tests or test cases in just TS files. This is a specific type of test case called / where you can indicate files existence with two comments and then the contents with 4 slashes, hence the name / I just did and the / ones you can't baseline accept, which automatically updates snapshots. You have to do it manually. So expected import some lib function from .js. All right, and actual some lib function from /some. Okay, cool. So I remove the .js from the imports. So I think I see what Andrew was saying. This is a non-module file, a CJS file, because it's just compiler options module resolution node 16. It's not type module in the package JSON. Like that's not passed through in some way. So I'm just going to remove all the .js indications from this test case. Cool. All right, so now I'm actually going to debug here because I do want to know, like, where is that resolution mode supposed to come from? Because Andrew suggested it might not be passed through correctly by the service, the code fix, and I want to just make sure that that's not, causing issues anywhere. So let's go up the stack. Do change 36. Oh wow, I got it right first try. Okay, changes.create new file. So this is move to new file.ts, the services / refactors. So in the language services, in the refactors section, we have move to new file. Let's see, get module specifier. Okay, so we have this nice little generic function in the refactors, make, import, or require, which calls to program.get compile options. Where does the resolution mode come from, though? Importing source file.implied node format. Ooh. What is this? Oh, that's on the source file type. When module is node 16 or node next, this field controls whether the source file in question is ESNext output format file or CommonJS output format module. Cool. This is derived by the module resolution. Okay, so the module resolver, the like TypeScript internal stuff already knows when it sees a source file, which is what this is a member of. You can see their source file. So it already knows what the implied node format is. So the fix should just be based on the resolution mode. Note that this field is only set by the module resolution process when module resolution is node next or node 16, which is implied by the module setting of one of those, respectively, but may be overridden. Typo. If so, it'll be unset and source files will be. Oh my god. People always talk about how complex ESM is, and most of the time they're just complaining about things that like, oh, I have to set a new field, or it's annoying to use chalk v5, but there is some complication there internally to these tools we write. So I'm going to say if resolution mode is module kind dot. Shoot, what was the other one that I previously checked for? Node 16 module kind. Yes, I'm going to check for both of these. What is resolution mode? Fun little annoyance in type checking. Array.includes doesn't account for nullability. So I'm just going to do it. All right, so wait. Resolution mode is never going to be... Oh, so resolution mode... Oh my god. Which is, oh, it's a union of just ESNext or CommonJS. Awesome. So I just need to check if resolution mode is ESNext. This is great. Love to see it. All right. So hereby run tests. We're going to run it on all the move to new files. Legends type module. Cool. Awesome. So I think this is good. Actually, we're good. Just to recap, so I understand, make sure. The issue was that I was checking if compiler options.module resolution is node 16 or node next, but I don't actually need to check that. I can just check if the resolution mode is ESNext. That's all. Cool. Because resolution mode is already calculated for me. Esoteric TypeScript internal knowledge that we'll probably forget in 6 months or much sooner. Awesome. And what else did I fix? Oh. I did not need to change that. All right, so just removing the .js. Right, so this import file extensions non-type module is a file that, or it has a bunch of files that aren't type module, like they're not ESNext. So there's no need to add JS. Cool. Git add all, git trim. All right, it's 4:57 my time. Back's starting to give out. I'm hungry, but streaming almost 2.5 hours. So yeah, someone ask me anything. If y'all have any other things you want to talk about, we can chat now. Otherwise, someone give me someone to raid, and I will send y'all over their way. Trim away compiler options. Set preference. Refactor should refer from the existing code that extensions are preferred. Thank you for coming, TypeScript Tea Time. I appreciate you greatly. Were we talking on Twitter today? I feel like we were, if I remember right. Or was it recently? We were talking to each other recently over something. I forget what it was. Question mark. Anyway. Hang on. Hang on. That's what it already was. I just undid the dang it. So the resolution mode is, oh my god. Well, in that case, I still got some work to do because this is wrong. All right, so get module specifier, create module. Source file contains JS imports. Source file. Functions file contains JS import, source file. Okay, so the hunch is that the refactor isn't passing resolution mode correctly, but resolution mode is set when it's parsing the files. It's not specific to the refactor. So I'm going to add in infer from existing code. So if the source file statements.sum return ts is import state, what is so I'm gonna just in the playground I'm gonna prototype this. I'm gonna check if there's already any imports that have a .js extension. So anything that's an import, the TypeScript ES tree. Anything that's an import declaration where the module specifier is a literal that it has text ending with JS. So import declarations, module specifier. Import declaration, statements, and statements.import, what is it? Module specifier, string literal this. And statement goes to another line. Statements dot module specifier dot text dot ends with JS. Anyone else check ends with JS? Or is quote dot JS? Yeah, I don't see any like already ends with JS. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to add a new test case. So the same thing, move to new file, import file extensions, not their module, existing JS imports. So now, this new logic, gonna intentionally never trigger. So this new logic will be that if we have any imports from .js, then we should override whatever resolution mode we had. But I'm gonna try to get this test case to fail because the code is wrong, and then I'll update it. So we start off with importing from main.js already. And the new file contents should be importing from sublibfn.js. So wait, what am I doing? I'm not sure this is gonna work. Import file extensions, non-type module, existing JS imports. All right, so we're in a main file. And wait a second. So main exports to some libfn, and other and act action both import sub libfn from main. So now main should after the change, the refactor main should import sumlibfn from sumlibfn, which is its own TS file. Ooh, it should import main from .js. Right, and this is going to fail because, yeah, main doesn't already have something from a JS file. So I'm going to say import message from /message.js. And the message is hello world. Right, so let me just add that to my main file. Message from message.js. Message. LMNO. Message. Export const message equals hello world. And we have a difference. What is it complaining about? It's complaining that /message.js is different in some way. Did I add a space or something? I did add a space. Huh. That feel when you fix the bug in your PR and that just reverts all the PR changes. Okay. And it's out of order now. Fine. Good on you, TypeScript, for alphabetizing your imports. That's what I always do. Someone, I think maybe Andrew or Wes on the team, did a lot of work to get that alphabetization to work. All right. And the new main doesn't have enough empty lines. Fine. Good for you. Yay! Wait, this is supposed to fail. It's supposed to import from sumlibfn.js. So why can't... Oh wait, what if we remove compiler options? Or just remove the tsconfig altogether so there are no compiler options. So they're all default. Why is this... Ugh. How does it know? So wait, if we already have .js as the import... Okay, so TypeScript is already working the way it's supposed to. So import message. Yeah, so if I don't include a .js in the test case file, the actual doesn't include one in either the existing or the generated import. But as soon as I include a .js in... Yeah, I can't figure this out. I don't know. Well, so I guess I'll just add the existing test case. And undo all my changes to utilities TS. Yep, git commit and add passing test case. So when they say pass, interesting, looks from 3505 FB9. That TypeScript already is. Yeah, thanks for the explanation. And then looks like the refactor isn't passing the resolution mode correctly. Looking through the source file type, it looks like Oh yeah, what was the source files thing that I was looking at again? Resolution mode is parsed separately from the factor. So maybe the issue is no longer valid, and since fixed, reduce bad behavior over test cases. Yeah, so this was fun. Let's raid someone, because I'm tired. And I'm sad that, well, the thing I wanted to send as a PR is, well, maybe not relevant. I am actually edit. Actually, I'm confused. It isn't. Why is this not the case? Thought with module resolution bundle. Shoot, what? TypeScript. They had a new module resolution. Is it bundler? I think that was the name of it. Yeah. Bundler. It would be expected that node 16 node next compiler options are expected to be .js. Cool. All right, so this has been fun. Any last questions or comments from any of y'all? Well, anyway, the person I'm following with the least things active right now is Seam Griffing, so I'll just go ahead and do that. I won't be there, but if they say hi, tell them I said hi. This was fun. This was a pleasure. Thanks y'all for joining me, and I hope to see you on Thursday. Bye.